Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it's Tuesday the 8th of October 2019, and it's just after 11 a.m. in Singapore, and this is the daily analysis for Euro, Cable and the Aussie dollar. Let's take a look at the Euro first. Yesterday was narrow trading range, consolidation from support of the monthly pivot at 109.65 right up to the 110 psychological level, so in a fairly tight range. Let's take a look at the forward time frame and see that yeah, it was not able to break out higher above 110, and there's support from the monthly pivot with the 55 period EMA that's around there as well, and there's the intermediate support. So there's no economic news and for this week except for the ECB meeting minutes later on Thursday. So meanwhile, it may be affected by the Brexit deal as well. But otherwise, if this support breaks, then the new weekly pivot is at 109.52, and before it moves lower to the 109.30 area for the intermediate support. If it does break out higher, which is at the moment unlikely, it will face resistance at the 200 period EMA at the 110.17 level. Alright, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the day and tomorrow. Let's take a look at the cable. Cable had a slight gap down at the start of the week. Let's take a look at the forward time frame. Here's the slight gap down here, about 24 pips or so, and which was quickly closed, but then faced resistance at the previous intermediate resistance zone here with 200 period and 55 period EMAs blocking the move up higher, preventing it from reaching the 38 pip retracement level. The new weekly pivot is at 123.17, so it did dip lower but could not reach the monthly pivot. So the trading range is only about 50 pips. Still waiting news on the Brexit deal negotiations, and there's no economic news until Thursday with the UK GDP and manufacturing production figures. So it is still exposed and driven by news of Brexit negotiations for this critical week. So there is going to be a key support in this zone here. If it does break lower, there's still further support at the weekly S1 pivot at 122.21 area. If it breaks out higher, that's at the 123.60 to 70 zone. Okay, otherwise it'll be continuing to trade in this tight range. Right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar also had gap down lower at the start of the week and continued lower to hit the support zone at the new weekly pivot at 0.6737. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. There's the slight gap lower. It closed the gap and then resumed lower, finding support at the weekly pivot, but then now it's trying to climb up higher back to this previous rising trend line. We also had intermediate resistance zone, so we'll see whether this is going to be a critical resistance area. If it does break out higher, then it should attempt to hit the 21 pip retracement level. Otherwise it falls further, there's a potential support just above 0.67. Alright, there's also no news for the Australian economy this week, so this could be exposed to the trade talks with between US and China this week, so it's going to be a key trigger. Alright, so meanwhile, do check out my other video on spot gold and dollar yen, and we'll follow up on Thursday with the daily analysis, where hopefully we'll find some breakout opportunities. Alright, meanwhile, have a good trading week and cheers.